Welcome, friends, to a lesson exploring more about the trapezoid and its fantastic parts, because we can do a lot with trapezoids if we know more about them. Well, to do this lesson, we're going to need a trapezoid. So if you think you can find one in your house that you can trace onto a piece of paper, go and get that trapezoid right now. But if that's a little bit too challenging, I've also created a trapezoid that you can use. Here it is. It's sort of boring and just gray, but that's why you're going to grab some colored pencils and a straight edge or ruler so we can make this thing rock. So let's talk about these different parts. Now, I guess the first thing we could do is fill in the area of the trapezoid, and you could do that with patterns or colors, but we definitely want to show that these sides contain area. So get those pencils and let's make magic happen. All right, maybe yours looks different than mine, but you know, when I see a blank space or some blank area, I just have to fill it with beautiful colors. Well, let's label that area. And maybe let's give a title to our diagram too. Let's choose a really cool color and write out the name of this, the parts of the trapezoid. Fantastic. Okay, what else can we talk about here? Well, you know we have all these sides, but on a trapezoid, they have special names. For example, these ones right here, those two sides that are equal but not parallel. So you know what? Take your straight edge or take a colored pencil and think of a cool pattern, and let's decorate those sides with something. These two sides hit the ground at sort of an angle, but you know, it's not perpendicular. It's like those rays of the sun that aren't as hot. Oblique. These are called oblique sides. Let's label them. That leaves these other two sides, but we're going to talk about these a little differently. We're going to call these bases. And what is the difference between these bases? Yes, we've got a small one and a larger one, or we could say we have a minor base and a major base. Let's pick something really cool to decorate the minor base with, and then let's label it. All right. What a cool looking minor base. And I'm actually going to write minor and base with lowercase letters. And there's a reason why, but let's do the major base first and then we'll talk about that. So there's our major base. And we're going to use capital letters for major and for base. We really want to distinguish between the two of them. Ah, fantastic and beautiful. And I bet yours looks really cool too. Now, do you remember if we add all these sides together, what do we get? The perimeter. It's pretty easy to measure and feel free to measure it. But for this time, We're not even going to focus on that perimeter for the parts of the trapezoid, especially when we have all these special sides. And don't forget these fantastic vertices as well. Why don't we go ahead and mark those vertices, each one, and then we'll label it with that same color. Fantastic. Okay, there's one more thing we could make use of, and that would be, well, finding the height of our trapezoid. Why don't you take your straight edge and find one of those vertices, and if you can line up your ruler just right, you can create a line from the vertex you chose straight down to the major base. Take a look. Hey, you might even see one of those three-sided polygons there. That would be the height. And that might come in useful. So take a look at all these parts and keep decorating this and make this into a small world if you like. And if you feel like you know these parts pretty well, I want to show you some other things about trapezoids, like maybe how to find that area. So go check that out if you're interested. But until next time, friends, have fun.